All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So I hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend so far. And you could be thinking, is this dude about to kick his Memorial Day weekend off by talking about Adam Gase? And the answer is yes, right? Unfortunately, and look, I don't want to harp on it too much. I don't want to, continue to bring up the past and the down years, the negative years of the New York Jets. But what's done is done. It is what it is. It's in the past. But Le'Veon Bell hopped on a podcast. I believe it was called the Steal Here podcast, where he talked a little bit about the New York Jets and, just his time there. And when he was talking about his time with the green and white, it pretty much mirrored, right, working with Adam Gase, working with Sam Darnold, it pretty much mirrored what we saw every single Sunday, which was a lot of confusion, a lot of people kind of looking around saying, like, what was that? What kind of play call was that? This doesn't really make sense here, doesn't really make sense there. Just a complete, every Sunday was a complete question mark on the offensive side of the football, because I do remember those defenses were actually okay, right? They were, in my opinion, pretty good given the roster. Right, if we look at today's roster and compare it to those rosters, it's night and day. So, I do respect Greg Williams in that regard. But listening to Le'Veon Bell talk about how unprepared the offense was and how confusing the offense was, how confusing it was to work with Adam Gase. I mean, he said that Sam Darnold he didn't even know his protections on the offensive line because Adam Gase would just confuse him. And nobody had a clue what was going on. And what was weird was, like, I hate to say it, but like every fan saw that. Like every fan, like watching this Gase-led team saw that. And it sucks, obviously. And I'm happy we're beyond that point. I'm happy we're not in the middle of it. Those were some dark days. But, on one hand, it is pretty cool to hear Le'Veon actually come out and say something. And it was just like, man, that season was a mess. And look, I know I might get some heat for it, but I still love Le'Veon Bell, right? I loved him back at Michigan State, loved him with the Pittsburgh Steelers. There was just something about his running style that I felt like he wasn't, nobody can mimic, right? Nobody in the league looked like Le'Veon Bell, how they played. Nothing was like Le'Veon. And I was extremely pumped up when the Jets got him. I remember listening to whatever it was, his album or his EP at midnight that came out, or it could have even been like a new single off of it or something, where he kind of announced he's going to the New York Jets. Like those, making a video about it, waking up the neighbors, like that was awesome, right? I loved it. And of course he doesn't work out numbers wise, it just was a train wreck. But still, I'll still sit here today and say, hey, I still love Le'Veon Bell, man. Like, I know he didn't work out. I know he didn't live up to the signing and all that. I mean, if you want to talk about dysfunction, I remember when a report released, what was it, days after Le'Veon Bell signed, saying Adam Gase didn't want Le'Veon Bell. I mean, if you want to talk about dysfunction, that's pretty much all you need to know. If the head coach, there's a report floating around talking about the head coach doesn't want the big money player that they just brought in. So days after the signing, not like years into it, days after the signing. So it was just a complete mess. But, it was a little cool listening to Le'Veon just kind of pull back the curtain a little bit, talk about what went wrong. It just wasn't like everybody, it's not like Le'Veon and, every other player on this Jet squad just snap their fingers and they're terrible all of a sudden. No, it was because of Adam Gase. Fans knew it, and obviously players knew it as well. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, I don't want to harp on it too much. It is what it is. It's done. It's in the past. The book is closed. So, thanks so much. And as always, go Jets.